Pulse. Welcome UNLV students to the Shotokan Karate Studies program. By now you should know you've already warmed up, you've gotten the warm-up that you feel your body needs, you're adequate for starting the program this morning. So let's go ahead and get started with our typical, quick, general warm-up. Ready? And Hajime. Ichi. Ni. San. Yon. Go. All right, warmed up good there. Let's turn to the side, bring our heels to our glutes. Good, all right. Let's go ahead and do some high knees as well. Get my workout recorded, here we go. High knees. You can do this slow, just like I'm doing. Again, just bringing your knees up. You can do it fast if you feel like kind of bouncing a little bit, working your calves a little bit. Or if you want to go slow, go slow. And yame. All right, let's come up on our toes, stretching out our calves. And yame. Very good. All right, let's go ahead and do some body hip twists. And yame. Good. Arm up, across the side, stretching out our shoulder. Good, other side. Again, don't hold these too long. Just doing dynamic stretches here. Nothing too static, nothing being held for too long. Switching over. Other side. Good. Feet just widen shoulder width. Go down, touch the floor. Go to the right. Back to center. Go to the left. Back to center. All right, make that a little wider. We're gonna go down to the right, turning up on our left heel, stretching out our hamstring. Good, now we're gonna turn to the left in a long front stance. Pushing on the quad here, pushing the knee over the toe. And down to a runner stand, or a runner stretch. Good. Back up. All right, we're gonna do everything to the other side now. Leaning to the left onto the right heel. Toes pointed up. Stretching out your hamstring. All right, let's rotate that all the way around. Good front stance, long, deep, pushing on the quad, pushing the knee out over the toe, getting a good stretch. Transition that into a runner stretch. And come back to center, come back standing. Good. Turn around, fix your gi. Back to me. Yoi. Subirachi. Free. Yoi. Seiza. Dojo-kun. 一つ、人格完成に人を盛ること。一つ、誠の道を守ること。一つと力の精神を養うこと。一つ、礼儀を重んずること。一つ、景気の湯を戒めること。Ready? That's it. よい。素晴らしい。Ready? よい。Alright, so in today's class we're going to be doing an advanced class. So this is advanced class number 6. What we're doing in this class is picking up where we left off in the last advanced class number 5, which was learning Tekki Shodan. Alright, so Tekki Shodan is our kata where we're moving from, well, we're basically moving left to right. Alright, so I would call this our horizontal kata. So instead of moving in a specific pattern around the floor, we're just moving left and right. And this is all performed in a kibidachi stance, except when you're in kosadachi, when you're just doing your cross steps as you move left and right. So where we left off was we had moved from the beginning to the right, and then we had moved back to the left, and we started moving back to the right because we had just gone from here to our geidan to our tegaizuki. That's where we stopped. Alright, so from there we're going to continue moving to the right, basically repeating what we've done on the left to finish up the kata. Alright, so just as a warm-up, let's go ahead and go through the beginning of Tekki Shodan. Up to the point that we know, up to the point that we've trained. Alright, so again, if you're joining this class, you should have already gone through the previous class several times and be very comfortable moving from the beginning of Tekki Shodan up to the point where I just showed you. Alright, or up to the point where we're going to go through now together at a moderate pace. Alright, so I'll count us through this. I'll count us through this twice so that we can go through together. And then we'll go through it at our own speed and pace. And then we'll pick up where we left off and we'll continue learning and finish learning the entire kata Tekki Shodan. And we'll practice it several times in this class. Alright, so just so that I end up centered, I'll start about here. Alright, so let's start in Yoi. Sudachi, right? Yoi. First thing we're going to do is we're going to step to this position. Bring your right foot to your left foot as we discussed in the last class. Hands together, left hand over your right. Announcing kata. Tekki Shodan. Now you begin kata. Ready? Ichi. Ni. So, shi, go, ronko. Sage, touch, you, chu. Ich, ni, son, shi, ich. Ni, son, shi, go. And yame. Alright, so like I said, hopefully you're comfortable to that point. Alright, if you're not, you need to go back to the previous class video, watch that a few more times, get comfortable enough to go through that entire section exactly to that point at that pace. Alright, so again, that's important. Go through it at that pace. Okay, if you're still lagging behind a little bit, that's okay as long as you feel like you're able to keep up with what we're doing to this point, or you're going to be able to catch up. Alright, otherwise, again, thank you for joining this one. Let's continue through. So let's go through that again. All right, so I'll talk a little bit less this time, but we're still going to count. So you'll still just be listening for my count. All right, I'll start about here, I just want to kind of finish a little bit more centered. Okay, so I'll start about here. Ready? Subirachi. Right. Yoi. Tekki Shodan. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10、はい。1、2、3、4、5。やめ。All right, so try to talk a little bit less than I did previously. This time, no talking at all. Let's just go through the kata. I'll talk through protocol just so we're doing that together, and then announce kata. Obviously, we'll go through it to that point where we just stopped. But again, remember your ki point. All right, so don't forget that. The other ki point is at the end, but we're not there yet. So remember that first ki point is after your two little kicks, right? The Hidari Namigashis. So here, and then you throw that over to the side with your ki, right? With your Maroto Zuki, and that's where your ki point is. So don't forget that section, okay? All right, so let's start again. Yodachi, Subirachi, ready? Yoi. Together. And now it's kata. Tekki Shodan. At your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. Give you a second or two to finish. All right, yame. Okay, so again, that is the kata up to the point that we know. We've gone through it by the numbers. We've gone through it a little bit less with my prompting and by yourself at your own speed and pace. All right, so now let's pick up from where we just finished. So we are at the point where we have completed the elbow strike, our cup and saucer, our get up or right down block, our tagai zuki. Now we're going to move in that direction. So we're going to move to the right. Okay. So hopefully that's not very confusing, because you're looking at me and I'm first moving to the right where you're having to move to the right. So we're kind of, if we're here, we're moving in this direction and then back in this direction and then back in this direction. I know that can be confusing when you're watching, so hopefully that's not too confusing. If I were to put my back to you, that doesn't really help you with the actual techniques because you can't see them, but then I'm moving with you, so maybe it does help. So maybe I'll go through it with my back to you a couple times just so we're moving left and right at the same speed and pace, so maybe you can kind of get that, because you'll still see, you know, these lefts, you'll still see these, the blocks, so you'll still see some of the techniques, you just won't see them from the front. All right. Okay, so all right, so we come here, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're moving back to the left, or to the right, sorry. We're moving to the right. So you're gonna do another cross step. Here, and landing uchi-uke. Exactly what we did moving that direction. So remember, after we did our this, and here, our tagai-zuki, and we moved that direction, we did the cross step, up with your leg, and an uchi-uke, right? This time, we're moving that direction, and doing the exact same thing. Other arms, so we're just swapping. So we're here, we're doing a left tagai-zuki, stepping over to the right, up, and landing with a Tekki with your left. All right, so practice that a few times. So again, we're here, getting a good Kibidachi stance, Tekki, moving to the right. So look right, looking to the right, step over, knee comes up, landing, looking forward with this uchi-uke. Okay, again, ready? Good Kibidachi stance, Tekki. We're going to call it, so ready? Ichi, ni, san. All right, so again, it's a carbon copy of what we just did going to the left, but now I'm moving to the right. So you're here, your right arm comes back into hikite. All right, as we were moving this direction, we came up, our arms still crossed, right uchi-uke, left arm goes to hikite. All right, so this time we're just swapping. Okay, so instead of doing this, okay, this is the only difference. And remember, you're in Kibidachi. So good Kibidachi stance, as deep as you feel you can go. Don't stand up. All right, I don't want you here. That's not the stance. All right, that's more of a Hidari. But I want you as deep as you can go. Your feet should be definitely wider than shoulder width. At the very minimum, just wider than shoulder width. If you can go deeper and you're able to get through this in a very deep, wide stance, outstanding. That's really good. Keep it up. Do as much as you can to try to get to here. All right, when you become an old man like me, you're kind of up like this, and that's okay. So again, you're moving this direction now from our Tekki. Crossover step, right? Talked about this. Kosodachi cross step. The right leg comes up, and the left uchi-uke. All right, let's try that a couple more times. Find your Kibidachi, Tekki. Look right, ready? Ichi, ni, san. All right, and you don't have to do it with speed and power right here. We're just learning this section. So again, go through it so that you get the feel of it, and go through it so that you're doing the Kihon technique properly. All right, so again here, Kibidachi, Tekki, ready? And hajime, ichi, sorry. Ready? Ichi, ni, san. All right, and synchronicity is important here. As soon as that right leg is up, when it drops to the stance, that's the same time that your arm should come out. So it shouldn't be one then the other. Okay, so again, watch the synchronicity here. This, step over, up, there. Okay, when that foot lands, your block should be out. All right, so what we're not looking to see happen is this, the crossover, up, down, then the block. Or the block is out when your leg is up and then it comes down. All right, the synchronicity should come when that leg lands, your block is out. All right, and remember hip movement. All right, so hip movement is important throughout this kata. And this is something that you can work on once you actually have the kata in place. You understand all the Kihon techniques. But hip movement is still important. So whenever you're moving from here and you're moving to the right, your crossover step, knee is up, you come here, there is still a hip twist. My hip is still drawn to the back, my right hip. Okay, my left hip is forward with this block. All right. So, and that goes for the entire kata. There is hip twist throughout, right? And you know that, right? Because we're doing, when we've done this block, the supported block, and we come there and back over here, our legs don't move. It's our hips that twist and get us to these positions. Down, the block, Tekki. Again, your hips help throw each one of these techniques. So remember that your hip twist is very important in this particular kata. All right, so what comes next? What do you think comes next? Based on what we did moving to the left, What do you think comes next, moving to the right? Right, that supported block. So again, here, Tekki Izuki, stepping over, up, Uchi Uke. Your right arm comes up and around and down, okay, supported. All right, and then you're gonna, again, repeat what we did over on this side. So again, your Hidari Namagashi. So 1, 2, drop, right? The cup and saucer that we talked about before, the Koshi Gamai, drop, and then everything comes up at the same time. Your Maroto Zuki, looking to the right. All right, again, head movement is, and for the most part, your head movement is going to look to where each technique is going. All right, so when your Gedan, you should be looking there. Your Tagai, you should be looking there. Elbow strikes, you should be looking there. And then for the elbow strike, you're going back to here and here. Okay, as you move left and right, your head may turn slightly because you're potentially looking at a new opponent, right? You're here, we're looking to the right, now we look back to the front because we see someone coming, and we throw this block. And then this, all right? Then the little kick, we look to the right. Little kick, look to the left. Down, we know everything's moving to the right, so you look to the right, okay? It just makes sense, right? Obviously, you're not going to be looking left and throwing this over here, or this while you're looking in an opposite direction. So obviously, you're going to be looking at your opponent when something happens, right? You're not just guessing that something's getting ready to happen. You're actually looking, reacting, and things like that. All right. So just make sure you're doing that throughout. Again, synchronicity is important. Looking whenever a strike is happening, looking when a block is happening, looking and turning your head at the proper times, and again, changing that hip movement to be able to make each movement more powerful, okay? And again, you can be in a good Kibidachi stance here. I just work on that hip twist. Here, here. Without moving your feet, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2, each, knee, each, knee. Again, my feet aren't moving, all right, but I can feel this in my legs, and obviously my hips are actually making the move. And you can see this with my arms. You can put your hands on your hips, and you can see my feet aren't moving, but my hips obviously are, because my arms are going from here to here, here, and here. All right, so there's definitely movement. But again, your feet are staying in position. You're staying in a good locked-in Kibidachi stance. So that's important. And this is something that you can easily train anywhere, right? You're sitting there watching TV, commercial comes on, all right, let me pop into Kibidachi. Let's turn, turn. All right. Or practice a particular portion of the Kihon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at your hip movement throughout that. But again, your feet won't move. All right, and so that's how the kata should be performed. Okay, so again, this, and then you're going, okay, I know that there's a block, another one, okay, and I know the Hidari Namagashi, you don't have to practice those too much. I mean, standing there, just standing there. But this, you can practice very easily. Again, with just that hip movement back and forth. And this part is some of the faster portion of the kata that moves very quickly, very rapidly, back-to-back techniques. Whereas a lot of the other techniques that are happening happen slow. 1, 2, then you're moving there, and then back over here, down, here, those type of things. They're moving a little bit more slowly. So you're not really focusing on those too much. But getting in this Kibidachi stance and then throwing this elbow down, 1, 2. Okay, and again, here, down. Those things happen quickly in this kata. All right, so practice that. And then standing in kibidachi is a great exercise just in general. I mean, I've often seen the meme, oh, you don't like kibidachi stance. Sounds like someone needs more kibidachi stance. People don't really like to stand here like this, but it's a great strength builder in your legs, okay? I know there are dojos that exist where you just stand like this for 30 minutes while the instructor or the sensei talks, and you're just standing there like this. Okay, try it. I guarantee you, at the end of that, you won't like kibidachi. Okay. All right. So let's go through that section again. All right, because I know I went through it rather quickly because I know it's basically a repeat of what we did to the left, but we're now moving to the right. So let's just go through it a couple more times. All right, before we put it all together and we do the entire kata. Okay. So let's start here in kibidachi in our Takaizuki, looking to the right. All right, I'm going to count out the entire rest of the kata, all the way to the end. All right, so remember every portion here and what we're doing. Watch me for cues if you need them. Takaizuki, ready? Ichi, ni, son, shi. Go. Roku, shichi, hachi. All right, that's your ki point. That's the end of the kata. Hachi here. Good kime. Wait 1 to 2 seconds. Bring your right foot back to your left. Feet together. Just like we started the kata. Left hand over right. Step out. And that ends the kata. All right, that's the entire kata. That's Tekki Shodan. All right, so again, let's practice just that ending again. Okay. We don't have to go through protocol, but we will come back from here to standing here. Okay, so from kibidachi and this Marotozuki, I want you to bring your right foot to your left and hands together. And that's where we'll end. Okay, so again, then I'm going to kibidachi stance, Takaizuki. Ready? A little bit faster on the count. Ichi, ni, son, shi. Go, Roku, shichi, hachi, and yame. Okay, pretty good. Hopefully you're comfortable with that, because again, it's just a repeat. What we did on the left, we're doing on the right. Okay. Now let's go through, actually let's do that maybe 2 more times. All right, we'll go through it at my count, then we'll go through it at your own speed and pace, and then we'll do the entire kata a couple times. I'm going to count it out for us, obviously, a few times, and then we're going to go speed at your own speed and pace. We'll revert back to me counting it. All right, so we'll do that a couple times until we really feel like we have this kata down pretty well. Okay, so again, here, Takaizuki, ready? I'll count it out for us, and then we'll go to your own speed and pace. So ready? Ichi, ni, son, shi. Go. Roku, shichi, hachi. And yame. All right. That's pretty good. That is a good moderate speed that you should be going through for the kata. Right? That's the pace that you want. All right. Now I want you to go through it at your own speed and pace. So if you have to slow down because you're just thinking about the Kihon techniques, that's fine. All right. But what I want you to really focus on is trying to get to that tempo, get into that speed. Okay. Power doesn't really matter at this point. Power will come later. Right now we're just learning the kata, so I just want you to be able to get through the Kihon techniques properly and at a good moderate tempo. Okay? So again, let's go here. Good kibidachi stance, Takaizuki, your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. Ai. Yame. Good. All right, so hopefully I'm giving you enough time there. Let's do it one more time at your own speed and pace. Then we're gonna put it all together. All right, so I'll step back just a little bit, just in preparation, because when we do the entire kata, I want to be able to you to see me going all the way left and all the way right. Okay, so step back again. Good kibidachi, tegaizuki, your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. Ai. And Yame. Okay, so again, hopefully I'm giving you enough time. But again, if you're trying to get to the same speed and pace that should be set throughout this kata, I'm giving you plenty of time. Okay, so let's go through the entire kata, including protocol. All right, beginning and ending protocol. I'll count it out for us all the way. So listen for my cues and know what we're doing throughout the kata. The beauty of this kata is we can stand here face to face and you can watch me do the entire kata. So you can go through it with me. I know, again, you're here and I'm here. We're moving here, here, and here, and back to here, okay? So I know we're going opposite directions. So just remember that this is not a mirror, okay? We're not moving, here together and here together, all right? It is opposite directions, okay, to come back. So don't let that confuse you. But again, the good thing is what we're doing when we move to the right is what we're doing when we move to the left and vice versa. So if I'm over here and you're over there, right? I'm over here, you're over there. You should be able to look at me throughout this kata and see where we're at and understand, okay, we're doing the Koshigamai part. That means this part's next, okay? We're doing this part, we're doing the Empiuchi. Okay, so I know this part's next. Regardless of whether you're on this side or on this side, you know what comes next. All right, so again, let's go through the entire kata. I'm going to step back, make sure I have room. I believe that I do right here. All right, so protocol and everything. I'm going to count it out for us. All right, Yoidachi, Subidachi, right, Yoi. Feet come together, right to left. Feet are, and when I say together, I mean all the way. Toes are touching, heels are touching. Okay, left hand over right. And now it's kata, Tekki Shodan. And I'm going to count it out for us. I'm going to go slow. Ready? Ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, kyu, ju, ichi, ni, son, shi, go, ichi, ni, son, shi, go, ichi, ni, son, shi, go, roku. Feet come together, hands over, left hand or left foot moves out, Yoidachi, Subidachi, ready, Yoi. All right, you've just done the entire kata, Tekki Shodan. Great. Okay, congratulations, good job. So let's do that a couple more times. All right, I know I counted slow there. It even threw me off a little bit with my stance and actually getting my moves in. So it was a little too slow for me, but that's fine. Hopefully you were able to get through that at my count, all right, at that slow speed and pace. Okay, so now let's go through it again. All right, we're going to go through it at a moderate speed and pace. So my count will be slightly faster, but not at a competition style speed. All right, so not at what you should be demonstrating this kata at, but slightly a gear down. So if this is where we should be when we perform the kata, we were here, we're gonna go right about there, okay? Again, we're gonna go through this together, so listen for my count, all the way from the beginning, including protocol. So, yodachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. Right foot to left, hands together. Announce kata, Tekki Shodan. And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feet come together. Left foot steps out. Subidachi. Ready? Yoi. And yame. Alright, that's the kata again. Slightly faster pace. That's a good practice pace. Alright, that's great for practicing, doing this kata over and over again until you really feel comfortable stepping it up slightly. Again, go through it at that pace and you feel like, okay, I think I can go a little bit faster with this part. Pick it up from there. Slowly gain your speed, right? Again, I'll say it, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Slowly go through it at that pace. You get really smooth at doing it. The smoother you become, the faster you get. All right? This time I'm going to do it with my back too. All right, I know I said that at the beginning of class. I'm going to turn around with my back to you. So now we're moving together. So instead of moving this way, we're going to move this way. Okay? So you're not going to be able to see my actual movements in the front, but maybe it'll help you see them from the back. But again, you'll still see my geidans. All right, you'll still see my empis. You'll still see my haishu ukes, my maroto zukis. You'll still see those. And obviously you'll still see my hidari no magashis, right? Where they're going. So maybe it'll help. Okay, so I'll turn my back. All right, so yoidachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. Right foot to left. Announce kata. Tekki Shodan. And on my count, ready? Hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Feet together, hands together. Left foot steps out, yoidachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. And yame. Os. All right. So that's the kata. Again, that's a good pace. All right. Again, that's a good moderate pace to kind of get through the kata. Going fast at the fast points, going slow at the slow points, but it's geared down just slightly from a moderate, regular tempo. Okay. Let's go through it at your own speed and pace. Okay. So I'll face you this time, your own speed and pace. Then I'm going to face away again, your own speed and pace. And we're going to go through this kata a couple more times, especially before the end of class, right? Let's go through this like 5, 6 more times. really get it down. It's a short kata. It's easy to go through it. So let's go through it. Okay. So again, we'll start here. All right, your own speed and pace from the beginning, including calling the kata. All right, so go through your protocol properly, but your own speed and pace. We'll start with yoidachi. Okay, your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. Tekki Shodan. And yame. All right, so hopefully you finished up. Again, I wasn't going too fast there, so if you didn't finish with me, you should have finished right behind me, okay? Again, this is not a long kata. There's not room for a big time gap in someone starting and finishing together, all right? So if you were slow for a particular reason, think about where you were slow and why, all right? Is it a step thing? Is it a kihon technique thing? Or is it just plain timing? Or was it something like you forgot? Okay, if it's that, then you know what to fix. Going through the kata several times. But if it's an issue with timing, where you say, okay, maybe I was holding this haishuke too long. All right, so from here, 1, 2, and then this, or maybe that was slow. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you do it on this side, you're coming back and you do it, again, you might be a beat, 2 beats behind me. So that's where you can easily understand that you're making up time or there's a time difference. So again, if you're not finishing directly with me, you should be finishing just behind me, but you shouldn't be finishing in front of me. If you're finishing in front of me, then you're moving way too fast, or you may be potentially forgotten a section of the kata. All right, so either you're finishing with me or you're finishing 3, 4 beats behind me. All right, and those 3, 4 beats come again with timing. So this one portion where there's really good kime, and it's supposed to be done slowly, is this haishu uke on this side. So you've done your Moroto Zuki here. This is purposefully slow. Here. That is done purposefully slowly. It shouldn't be here and there. Okay, you're here, breathe in, breathe out, and then turn that hand. Again, that is purposely done slow. All right, it's good kime. So again, if you're taking that part too fast and you're finishing in front of me, that's potentially why. So again, take that part slowly, not too slowly. Again, it's good practice to take that breath in, out. That's generally a good time frame to get that done. Our lungs can only hold so much air. There's only so much timing you can do. You're not going to inhale for 30 seconds and then exhale for 50. All right. So just think about that. Again, that can help with any timing issues that maybe you're having, that you're either finishing in front of me or you're too far behind me for whatever reason. Okay, so let's go through the kata again. Again, I'm going to go through it counting, so by the numbers this time, and then we'll switch back to your own speed and pace. So I'm just trying to get you used to, number 1, doing the kata, and number 2, at my count. Okay, then you're doing it, but you should still be remembering my count, and then we're going to my count again, and then you're doing it on your own, but you're remembering my count. All right, so just getting that pattern kind of locked in is where I want you to be with this class. And we're going through the kata several times, the entire kata, because now you know the kata. Okay, all right, so again on my count, so let's start here. and we'll go through protocol together. Ready? Yoidachi, subidachi, ready? Yoi. And feet come together, right foot to left foot. And now it's kata Tekki Shodan. And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go. 5, 6. Feet together. Yoidachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. All right, good job. Now I'm going to turn my back to you. Your own speed and pace. All right, maybe this is helping us go left together and go right together. Okay, maybe this is going to help. But again, this time your own speed and pace. So I'm not going to count, but good kime. Remember your key eye points. We're going to go through protocol together. So hopefully that's not a reason that you're not on time with me. Go through protocol together. When I say hajime, we start. Hopefully we finish together, or you're 1 or 2 beats, 3 to 4 beats behind me at most. Okay? Ready? Yoidachi, subidachi, ready? Yoi. Feet together. And now it's kata Tekki Shodan. And your own speed and pace. Hajime. Hey. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. Okay, yame. Hopefully you finished right there along with me, if not right with me, or a couple beats behind me because of protocol. Maybe when you come together, speed of your yoidachi, your subidachi, your rei, going back to ready stance, and being completely done. That's mostly where you might have any issues is with timing, is protocol. So don't worry about that. Kind of throw that out the window and really focus on the Kihon technique of the kata. All right, that's where the timing is most important. The protocol part is not, which is why we did it together at the beginning. At the end, we're not together because I don't know when you're finishing. So that could be one of the timing issues that you're having, if you're having any at all. Okay? All right, so let's go through it again. My speed and pace, so listen for my count. We're just gonna keep going through this kata, all right? It's a great exercise, okay? I'm out of breath after every time. You probably are as well. So let's keep going through this. All right, let's go through it. What do we have here? That's already been 45 minutes. All right, let's go through it 3 more times, all right? My speed and pace, your speed and pace, my speed and pace. All right, ready? Find a good starting point. Yoidachi, subidachi, ready? Yoi. Right foot to left. And now it's kata Tekki Shodan. And hajime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1、2、3、4、go。1、2、3、4。1、2、3、4。Right foot to left. Vrać, subrać, right. Yoi. All right, yame. Very good. Okay, so hopefully your timing is getting better and better. Hopefully it's all coming together. The more you do it, the back-to-back Kihon techniques, again, what you're doing on the right is what you're doing on the left is what you're doing on the right. It all starts coming together. All right, so let's go through it again. This time your own speed and pace. Try to finish about the same time as me, okay? We'll go through the protocol together at the beginning. Ending is your own speed and count, right? Yuedachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. Feet together. And now it's kata Tekki Shodan. Your own speed and pace. Ready? Hajime. And yame, I literally did 4 count after I finished. Hopefully you were right there with me, okay? I'm only going to do that, well, we're done now. I mean, obviously we're going to count it out together this time before we finish class. So that should have been the last time that we did it at your own speed and pace for this particular class. Hopefully you finished right there behind me. When I said yame, you were done, you were almost done, or really that's it, right? Hopefully you weren't in front of me, like I said before. If you're in front of me, you were going a little too fast. Some of your kime wasn't into play, and you should really bring that kime back, okay? All right, so last time, this time at my count, okay? Yoidachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. Right foot to left. And now it's kata Tekki Shodan. My count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right foot to left. Yoidachi, subidachi, right. Yoi. Os. All right. So thank you for joining me for today's class. You got a lot of good Tekki Shodan practice in, and that's great. Put this class, this part 2 together with part 1. Study that for a full week. Do part 1 on Monday. Do part 2 on Tuesday. Go back to part 1 on Monday. Part 2 on Tuesday. Part 2 again on Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, you'll have this done. You'll have this kata locked in. Okay? So, that said, let's go back to Yoidachi, subidachi, right? Yoi. And seiza. All right, for today's meditation, I want you to think about the kata. Go through the kata in your mind, moving right, moving back to the left, moving back to the right. Think about your kime. Think about where you should be going fast and where you should be going slow. Think about your key eye points and don't forget those, right? And mokso. Mokso yame, Shinsen yore. And tate. Yodachi. Sudachi. Right. Yoi. Os. All right. Thank you all once again for joining me for this class on Tekki Shodan Part 2. Hopefully, by taking the first class and this class together, you will have completely learned the kata Tekki Shodan. You'll be able to perform it proficiently and with good timing and good kime. Os.